Hello guys, good evening. As it's Monday, so I'm back with my Forex weekly analysis. So starting with the dollar index chart, if you notice the way the candle has closed, like we expected that market should fall down, but it can take a support in the previous support area. We were expecting some support to happen, and then from there the market has rejected. But if you talk about the overall trend, if we see, definitely after this breakout, market looks like a sell, but after this rejection, if you see, I think which happened on Friday, if we see the daily time frame, yeah, it happened on Friday. We got a bullish engulfing, and from there today also, if you see, market is going up. Basically, on Monday's pullback happens, and which is it's doing that. So for me this week, I would expect the market to go up and do the major pullback. Okay, so I'm not saying that a trend has changed, that we'll get the confirmation once the market breaks this level. So let me just, can you see this moving average, and after which the breakout happened and we were on the sell side. If you remember, we also had this trend line support, right? So this, after this breakout, we are on the sell side. So now I'm expecting the pullback to happen somewhere till here. So this is the breakout, then the pullback, and if we get a bearish candlestick confirmation here, and then we would be selling. So that is my plan for dollar index, but definitely at the pullback we'll be selling once we get a candlestick confirmation. Also, if I draw a Fibonacci, you will get better clarity here. Okay, if I draw the Fibonacci from low to high, you can see that market is playing around 61.8, which is an important level. So you would have to see if you get a daily candle. So in weekly, after the weekly close only, you will get to know what is happening. So as in when market in a daily time frame, I'll just go there. Once it closes above, so let's say today's candle, if it closes above 61.8, then you can expect the market to go up till 50%, right? And that's the range we are planning to capture for this week. If it starts getting rejected from here, which means it's continuing the downward trend from here. So what I'm trying to say is that on a daily basis, just check if the candle closes above. If the Monday candle closes above this 61.8, then the next target will be 61.8. Sorry, 50%, which is coinciding, which is the main pullback level, which we are expecting the market to go up to. So if you see the weekly, you will get it clearly. So I'm saying in a daily time frame, as in when the market closes above 61.8. In weekly, you're not waiting for it, because then by then the entire movement of this week will be done. So as in when in daily the weekly it closes above 61.8, it will give a good confirmation to buy till 50%. So here we are planning to capture the pullback, because why? Pullback is good enough. It's good risk to reward if we buy and capture till here. And then around 50% we would exit our buy setup once we get a reversal candlestick on a lower time frame, and then we'll switch to sell as per the confirmation. So that's my plan for dollar. So yes, as of now I am bullish for dollar. Reason being that I would wait for the market to do a proper pullback till 50%, provided the daily candle closes above 61.8. Okay, so I think I've cleared my point. I'll be bullish once daily candlestick closes above 61.8. I would buy and target till 50%. And then as accordingly, we'll decide next week what's our next step. So yeah, so this is for me is a breakout. Market is trying to do the pullback till here, and then it should resume the downward trend again. So that's the long-term plan, you can say. Okay, if let's say another perspective, you can say if let's say market gets rejected at 61.8, you get a bearish pin bar or something like that by the end, by the closing of the candle, which means market is not doing the pullback till 61 point or still 50%, rather it's getting rejected at 61.8, which means it's the plan that is that the market might fall from here itself, rather going up till 50% and fall, market might fall from here. So daily will give you a proper confirmation here. Why? Because weekly has closed like a half body, half wick. So more like whether it will do a pullback till 50% or it will fall from 61.8% itself. So that's the whole scenario. So now checking the gold chart, let's say. Okay, gold, as you can clearly notice, it has again closed very strongly on the upside. If you have a buy and you're holding it on, nothing like it, no indication for any movement, I mean any downside move. Again, if you want to enter for a fresh entry, wait for a proper pullback and then you can enter. Like you can go to 4-hourly time frame. And just now, if you notice, this moving average is acting as a strong support. You can buy at the support once you get a bullish candlestick confirmation, and then you can expect the upside move. If you notice, the range is becoming narrower. If I notice here, right? So which means a breakout is about to happen. So in this scenario, rather entering exactly at the support, I would wait, let the breakout happen on either of the side, and accordingly, I would take a decision to trade. Okay, if breakout happens on the upside, then it should do a pullback and then you can be on the buying side. If the breakout happens on the downside, which means it will do a major pullback. Okay, it would be same way like dollar if doing the pullback on the upside, gold doing the pullback on the downside. So inverse correlation is there. So that's about dollar index. So now moving to the oil chart, another commodity. Okay. Oil, if you see, there's no momentum only. It's flat. So wait for it to get some momentum in the market. If you see, we many a times we have drawn this Fibonacci, which says it all. It's constantly getting rejected at 61.8. Neither it's going above that, nor it's doing the movement on the downside. So it's very sideways. It's very flat. Not much movement is happening just now here. It's I mean, it's at the price of around 40 only. So let it get some momentum and then you should trade on this. So that would be my analysis for oil. Till the time it's below 61.8, I would prefer to be on the sell side. As in when it breaks 61.8 level, then you can be targeting till 78.6. So that would be my suggestion. So oil, not much momentum here. So now moving to the major pairs, starting with Euro USD. Okay, so like dollar was a half wick, half body candlestick. You can clearly see here as well Euro USD. So again, same thing, we would be expecting a major pullback here. If I draw a Fibonacci in this case, okay, from low to high, right, you can expect a fall to happen till 38.2% level. If you want to see a higher term perspective, then you can zoom out the chart like we drew the Fibonacci for dollar. We can draw it for Euro USD just the other way around. You can clearly see it's rejecting 61.8% level. So last week it went picture perfect. If you remember, if you would have seen my last week's video, I said we are bullish, but till 61.8% level, which is the next resistance. And there you should exit, and from there we can see some rejections happening or the pullbacks happening. So that's what has happened exactly that way. So Euro USD currently, definitely I would be on the sell side once around 38.2%. So breakout has happened, pullback, and around here I would switch to buy as per the candle close. So same like dollar, looks bullish for this week to me, provided daily candle should close above 61.8 like we have discussed already, the dollar chart, and Euro USD looks like a sell. GP USD also, if you notice, currently GP is exactly at the resistance, which means if GP falls, dollar goes up, then GP falls down. So this also, though the candle has closed like a bullish body dominant candle, but it has closed at the resistance, right? So that ways, till the time market is playing below the resistance, yes, you don't have a candlestick confirmation. When next week you get a candlestick confirmation like this, then it would be a proper confirmation to sell. But this week in a smaller time frame, if you get a bearish candlestick formation, you can be on the sell side because it looks like a strong resistance. If I look at it in this way, which is like a breakout pullback, right? This is also a good resistance. This can be extended further and further, right? So in between GP and Euro, which is more weak, we can clearly say Euro is more weak than GP. So if I check Euro GBP as a chart, see it's a sell. Before checking the chart itself, if you start understanding correlation, like I always say, you would know that market is indicating towards which side. because when we see the euro and the GP candle, we can clearly see it is half body, half wick, which means rejection has happened, which means euro has also become weak. But when we see here, we see a bullish body dominant candle, not a half body, half wick, which means GP is not that weak in itself. It is getting rejected here because dollar is strong, right? So in between euro and GP as a currency, as an individual currency, euro looks more weak than GP. Now talking about AUD USD, AUD USD, see where it's formed exactly at the 200 moving average, right? And if you see the place where it's formed, the moving average itself says it all. But if you want to draw a trend line, you can draw a trend line as well. So you can clearly notice a support has turned into resistance and a rejection candlestick. Not a very powerful one, but yes, it's rejecting. Market opened at this price, went up, got rejected, and closed here. So it's indicating for sell. Basically, dollar strong was at least till the pullback, you can say, till this level. Pullback in the sense, what I would say is this, right? So this was the breakout, right? This is the pullback, which is what we are expecting everywhere in all the charts, if you notice. So I would be sell till the next support level. Now checking the New Zealand USD, clearly a pin bar we have, and see where it has formed. It has formed exactly at the resistance. So if you notice with other currencies as well, dollar is clearly looking to go up for some time and to do a major pullback, and we have a clear pin bar. It's a confluence setup itself. If you see, trend line is coinciding, we have a moving average, we have this trend line, we have a breakout pullback trend line. So likewise we have a very strong setup here. So it's very good to sell. Market has already started to go down, but I would say look for good prices to enter in a smaller time frame, and then accordingly you can go ahead. So smaller time frame, what I use personally is 4-hourly time frame. So if you see, for 6:30 close has confirmed for sell, which means it has confirmed with a breakout here. So it looks to fall down further, at least till here, and then you can expect some pullback. So yeah, New Zealand USD, I would be on the sell side. So in between New Zealand and AUD, which is more weaker, clearly you have a clear pin bar set up here, which means New Zealand is more weak. So AUD NCD as a chart should be showing you a buy. Why? Because New Zealand is more weak. So if AUD NCD goes up, it's because New Zealand is falling more. So you see, without opening the chart, can you see a bullish candlestick is formed? Because by the candlestick formations itself, we can figure it out that New Zealand is looking more weaker than AUD. So more weak pairs are Euro, New Zealand, and less weak pairs, I would not say not weak, but lesser, comparatively lesser weaker pairs are GBP and AUD. So in between GP and AUD, see, it's AUD looks more weak, GP still looks strong, right? And if you see in between Euro and NCD, we have a bullish candlestick confirmation, which means New Zealand looks more weak. So out of all the pairs, what I can figure out just now is New Zealand looks the weakest, right? Then comes priority wise, okay? Then comes Euro and AUD, both. I have checked the chart, it's looking, you can say AUD is more weaker, New Zealand, then AUD, then Euro. And GBP, it's because of dollar here, it can become weak. But currently, if you see GP with all other pairs, GP, JPY, if we check bullish, strong bullish close. If we check GBP New Zealand, strong bullish candle close, right? GP AUD also strong bullish candle. GP CAD as well, right? So currently the strength of GP hasn't started to become weak. So we would be more on the strong side of GP, right? Against dollar, it's because dollar is more stronger. That's why GP USD is indicating for sell. It is at the resistance, what you can say. But overall, GP last week was strong. So it's more on the stronger side rather than on the weaker side. So now talking about USD CAD. USD CAD, we have a spinning top because CAD also, if you see, not much movement is happening. So that's why oil, not much movement is happening. That's why CAD also not much movement. So we would, as it's a spinning top, you would have to see if the market closes below this, or you can see it on a daily time frame. Okay, so if you notice on a daily time frame, it's looking like that market can go down further because there's a clear moving average coinciding, right? Because whenever weekly is a spinning top, you can go to, I mean, it's an indecisive, then you can go to daily time frame and do your analysis. If the market breaks this resistance, then you can target this as the next resistance, right? So likewise, you keep deciding your next level. If it breaks, then you can go ahead with that, right? So now going with USD JPY, I'll go to the weekly time frame. What we can clearly see is a clear bullish pin bar, very strong bullish pin bar. Placement is very nice, and it is also formed at the very strong support area. You notice this is nothing but a support which is forming, and it looks like a clear buy, which means dollar is looking strong and JPY is looking weak comparatively, and this is a very clear buy setup. So in that case, see, JPY is looking weak, dollar is looking strong. Both has that force, right? In the sense, one strong, one weak. That's why you have such a clear cut candlestick confirmation. So which means JPY is looking weak, right, against all the pairs. So you can check GP, JPY should be a good setup to buy. Why? Because GP is strong, JPY is weak. So you can go, see, it's a strong bullish candlestick and it has a potential to go up till here. So this is our next resistance. So it's a very good buy. After some pullback, you can take a buy and you can target till this level. Also, let's say, what else is strong? Let's say CAD. Okay, CAD JPY, see, it's indicating for buy. Because CAD does not have much momentum of its own, but JPY is looking very weak. That's why CAD JPY looks like a strong buy. So that way it's a good setup. So New Zealand JPY, if you notice, New Zealand is also weak. JPY is also very weak. See the candlestick, not much movement. It is sideways only. So that's why if you want to see good movement, you have to go with one strong, one weak pair. That's when you will see some good movement happening in the market. Right. So JPY clearly looks very weak. And now the last one is CHF. So let's check USD CHF. Okay. USD CHF, you can see one strong, one weak. And I mean, it's like Euro USD itself. If you see half body, half wick candlestick is formed, but formed at the support. Right, that's why I was zooming out the chart. If you see, you can see this support level. Some people can draw it like this. You can see the horizontal support also. This is there. So overall, basically, it's at a good support level, right? And market can pick up and at least do a pullback till here, right? So USD CHF is expected to go up. So this is nothing but the breakout pullback and is expected to go up till here. If it a proper breakout pullback setup, then you would see a reversal candlestick somewhere around here and you can see the market would fall. So USD looks strong, CHF looks weak, but how weak you can check against JPY. Is it more weaker than JPY? You can check with CHF JPY as a pair. So CHF JPY, if you see, it's a spinning top formation, but there is still a strong body. Strong body basically means JPY is more weak, right? If CHF JPY has gone up, which means CHF would have been stronger, JPY would have been weaker. So if both are on the weak side, which means JPY would have been more weaker. That's why. So clearly, if I have to summarize the entire thing, I can clearly figure it out that on the weak side, what we have is JPY looks weak, okay? And then we have New Zealand, which looks weak. We have CHF, we have Euro, we have AUD. All this is on the weak side. Canadian dollar is indecisive because not much movement is happening in oil. So CAD is also very indecisive. So Canadian dollar, you can buy against weak pairs and you can sell against strong pairs. Okay, and the two strong things what we can see is dollar. Dollar is looking strong. Though it is a major pullback, I'm not talking about the overall trend, but I'm expecting a major pullback to happen till 50% level. And another strong currency, what it looks like is GBP. So GBP is something which is looking strong currently. So though it is at the resistance, if dollar goes up, becomes more strong, then you would see this fall down. But against JPY, like pairs which are weak, or against New Zealand, GP New Zealand should be a very strong buy, right? See, the way the candlestick has closed, it can go further up. Against AUD, against JPY, all that. See, against AUD also, GPAUD is looking clearly on the upside, right? So yeah, that's the whole analysis for this week. Just keep checking the daily close for dollar index. Once it closes above 61.8, you would have a clear confirmation and you can be on the buy side and you can target till here. So yeah, just stick to your rules, stick to your technicals, follow your strategy, and we'll meet again next week. By then, have a good trading week. Thank you, guys.